Hi, one of the great stories of the Bible is the story of Noah. It's one of those stories that we often tell our children. We have books, we read to them. Certainly I did that with my children. Wonderful story of a great big boat, of a great big flood, of animals coming two by two into the ark. It's one of those great stories that the Bible tells. It's also a story that's made into epic movies as well, which we've also seen. One of the things that has really struck me about this story is that it's many-layered. We can read it in all sorts of different ways and hear different things depending on how we read it and what we look out for in the story. God told Noah to build an ark. And just like the old camp songs, we sing the rains came down and the floods came up. Everything was destroyed on the earth except for Noah and his family and whatever else was in the ark at that time. One of the wonderful things we also read in that story is that God remembered Noah. God knew and was watching over Noah during all those days of the flood. And eventually the waters went down, the dry land appeared. The story of Noah, in many ways, is like a new creation story. Just as God made the world right back in the beginning, and sin entered the world, so now God deals with sin again and tries to make a fresh start. God enters into an agreement, a covenant with Noah, and says, "Never again will I destroy the earth like this. And I'm going to set my rainbow in the sky as a way in which I will remember," God says, "of the promise that I make to you." But of course, we know that as the story continues on, human sin is still at work. Not just with Adam and Eve, Noah, but with you and me as well. How does God respond? God responds in faithfulness. He makes a promise and says, "I will never leave you or forsake you." God makes a wonderful promise of faithfulness to us. We speak of it as God's persistent grace, that he continues to persist with us even when we get it often so wrong. Well, the Old Testament uses the expression steadfast love. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. It's always there for us, no matter who we are or what we've done. As we reflect on the story of Noah again, may it remind us of the great faithfulness of God. Amen.